Hi everyone, greetings in the name of our Lord. Today we will study and understand Genesis chapter 15. Genesis chapter 15 is a significant passage in the Bible that offers insights into the relationship between God and Abraham, formerly Abram, one of the key figures in the Old Testament. This chapter delves into themes of faith, covenant, and God's promises. The chapter begins with God speaking to Abram in a vision. God reassures Abram by saying, "Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your very great reward." Genesis chapter 15 verse 1. Abram expresses his concerns about not having a descendant to inherit his possessions. God responds by making a promise to Abram that his own son will be his heir. To emphasize the extent of his promise, God takes Abram outside and asks him to look at the stars in the sky. God tells Abram that his descendants will be as numerous as the stars. This serves as a visual representation of the promise and establishes the idea of Abram's descendants becoming a great nation. Abram believes God's promise, and this is counted to him as righteousness. This concept of righteousness through faith becomes a significant theological theme in the Bible, particularly in the New Testament. God instructs Abram to prepare a covenant ritual. Abram is to bring several animals, split them in half, and arrange them in a pathway. This was a common practice in ancient times when making covenants. However, in this case, something unusual happens. A deep sleep and a great darkness fall upon Abram. During this time, God reaffirms his promise and informs Abram that his descendants will face hardship but will eventually possess the promised land. In the symbolism of the split animals, God essentially walks between them, symbolizing the covenant-making process. However, in this instance, only God passes between the animal pieces. This emphasizes that the fulfillment of the covenant depends solely on God's faithfulness, not on Abram's actions. Genesis chapter 15 underscores the importance of faith and trust in God's promises. It highlights how God establishes a covenant with Abram, promising him descendants and land. This chapter also foreshadows the future of Abram's descendants, the Israelites, and their eventual possession of the land of Canaan. In summary, Genesis chapter 15 is a pivotal chapter that deepens our understanding of Abram's relationship with God, introduces the concept of righteousness through faith, and lays the foundation for the covenant between God and the people of Israel. Thank you all for joining in this study today. See you tomorrow.